So, Dragon Age the Veilguard. Um, so the last time we did this, it was the other day, and they said that apparently it had reached 3 million copies. So, I think I did the numbers, and it came out to like 230 million or something like that. Um, yeah, hang on. What was it? So it was 3 million times $70 for the game. 210 million, which again, even this number is not very good. The game took about 350, 400 million to make. And I assume there's extra cost with the extra cost of advertising. So that's probably another 100 million or so. 100, we'll just say 100 million. So the game would have to at least make $500 million in order to at least break even, which, as you can see, the game is not. But this is with that 3 million. Apparently, in my sales far lower than reported. So it may not even be that 3 million. It may not even be 3 million. Another BioWare whistleblower has come forward to correct and clarify some of the information previously reported on the internal strife at the EA-owned developer and Dragon Age the Veilguard sales numbers. The insider spoke anonymously to YouTuber content creator Smash JT, addressing some of the points he made in a recent video on his channel. Holding a bomb. In that video, JT's initial source told him that Dragon Age Veilguard sales were better than anyone thought. 3 million copies sold, which, as you saw, is only $210 million, which may look like a big peepee number, but in the sense of the business, the game's still a financial failure because it still has not even come close to making back what it took to make. So people, if you enjoy the game, great. You liking the game does not make it a success. I can't stand when people, oh, well, it's a really good game. Okay, great. If you enjoy it, wonderful. It still doesn't make it a success if you like it. A success is making back what you spent to make it in the first place and making profit. So like I said, 400 million to make, making 500 plus million dollars, 500 million plus dollars, that's a profit. So coming in to me and saying, oh, well, it's a really good game. And okay, good for you. You enjoy the game. The people liking it don't make it a success, though. I don't understand what's hard to comprehend here. Just because you like the game doesn't mean it's a success. Your number of copies sold is wrong. The number the whistleblower gives you is a projection with a tail, basically over the lifetime of the game with sales. It is currently less than 1.5 million sold to consumers, not retail. So that is a majority. That is a major disaster for us at BioWare. Okay, so 3 million copies was 210 million. So 1.5 times 70. Again, the game itself, we're not even talking about the marketing. The game itself cost about 350, 400 million to cost to create. Does that look like a success? I mean, don't look at it from a perspective of that's a big peepee number. Think of it as a business. You are EA. You are BioWare. You took $400 million to create a game and you only made 105 million. Does that sound like a success? So for all the people, oh my God, it's such a good game though. Again, great. If you like it, good for you. That just shows that you liking the game isn't causing it to sell any more copies. It appears as the 3 million sales number initially reported was an internal projection of what the title could sell to make itself to make over its entire life could stand to make over its entire life cycle. In reality, the game has moved less than half that amount. 3 million copies projection was far more realistic than the company's initial pre-launch goal, however. I think it was like 10 million or something. BioWare initially believed it would sell, 10 million copies of Veilguard. Smash JT reported this figure in his previous video, and his second source confirmed that it was to belief running through both BioWare and EA. The projections of copies sold are correct. They were expecting around 10 million. EA is allergic to risks nowadays and wanted big blockbusters. Of course, with a massive failure on its hands, many within BioWare are concerned at the threat of mass layoffs, as they should be. JT's source confirmed that while it is the fear internally, many of the BioWare staffers have been moved to other projects within EA, even those outside BioWare. There is indeed a lot of talk of layoffs. However, you can confirm with your sources, but most of the staff was reassigned to other projects within EA for the time being. I myself have been asked to help with another project, but not at BioWare. Most people are not on Bowie at the moment. Bowie. If your source says otherwise, then they are not telling you the truth. The whistleblower also confirmed that initially Veilguard was conceived and developed to be a co-op game. That was over a decade ago, before the failure of Anthem. However, with Anthem, when Anthem became such a massive bomb, BioWare moved on from the co-op gameplay and shifted Veilguard's development to a single-player RPG. The game was then in development for well over a decade. Oh god, that's terrible. All that time, all that money, 10 years in the making, and this is what happens. Didn't even sell 2 million copies, apparently. Like freaking Concord. It was in development for what? 8 years or something? And it got pulled from stores and online after 2 weeks of being, being available. BioWare's last 3 major launches have been Dragon Age: The Veilguard, Mass Effect Andromeda, and Anthem. All 3 of those titles fell flat on their faces for different reasons. Anthem was a boring co-op game with a paper-thin story, which is the opposite of what people want from a studio that created Mass Effect and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Mass Effect Andromeda was and still is a buggy mess of a game with unfinished animations, game-breaking glitches galore. The game also failed to recapture the scale and stakes of the original Mass Effect trilogy. Then, of course, Veilguard failed because it's injected identity politics and ideology into the game in such a ham-fisted wagging manner. Yeah, and I'm non-binary. Who the fuck starts their conversation off like that? It also threw out player choices from the previous 3 Dragon Age games and made sweeping changes to look and feel of what was once an epic dark fantasy. Yeah. Again, if you like the game, that's fine. But the fact is, the game failed. The game financially failed. So you liking the game all you want, saying, oh, my friends like, great. Then maybe you should go tell your friends who haven't gotten the game yet to go out and buy it because it's such a fantastic game. Because you liking it doesn't cause it to be a financial success. It is a financial failure. $400 million it took to create, and it apparently only made about 100 and was it 1,500,000. Okay, so all the people commenting, oh, it's a great game. People are doing the same thing with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Oh, well, it's a great game. Okay, I'm just reporting, I'm just reading the article here. Okay. Maybe if you have a problem, maybe go talk to these game companies that are continuously just producing subpar products. Maybe then things might get fixed. I'm just reporting on it. But it's a really good game. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's a fantastic game. Like Indiana Jones, I'm sure it's a great game. But the fact that it's very limited because of, the ray tracing, demanding ray tracing, and the fact that for PC users, it's like, okay, well, I need a really, really good computer to do it. People are going to be turned off by that. So maybe instead of trying to attack the people reporting on it, maybe go after these companies. Because as long as there's one person, I keep saying this, one person, that's all it takes, just, they're not going to change. You come attacking me when you should be attacking the companies. Instead of just, all the damn time, how about you say something to them? BioWare has one last chance to stick the land. Yeah, and everyone's terrified of this next Mass Effect game. Afraid that it's going to just crap. Mass Effect game, but the fact that EA is shuffling employees around to different projects within the company doesn't bode well for the developer's future. 1.5 million is a bit more believable. I think they're still counting. I think they're accounting free codes and refunds in those sales, though. But yeah, if either way, whether it be 1.5 million or 3 million, the fact is the game is still a financial failure. It has yet to make back what it used to create, and that's just to create it. Again, there's also marketing costs, which will probably be another 100, 200 million. So if you like the game, great, fantastic, wonderful, that's good for you. But that does not make it a financial success. Okay, so you can sit here in the comments all butthurt talking about how you like it and how my opinion is stupid and that I have stupid hair and that I live in a basement. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it is a financial failure. Instead of looking at it as just a person on the internet saying, oh, but those are big PP numbers. Think of it if that was your business. You're the head of EA. You're the head of BioWare. You take $400 million to create a game, and you only made back $100 million. Does that sound like a success? Be honest with yourself, if not with me. If you're going to sit there and say that, yeah, that's a success, then you are the problem. You are the people. Okay? So don't come after me. Maybe go after these companies instead of defending them constantly every time they put out a subpar product. So 1.5 million, 3 million, doesn't matter. When you total it up, it's still a financial failure. But what do I know? That's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.